Today on Hobby Journeys, me and my dad will be doing delivery 7 of Imperium magazine, which comes with issue 23 to 26, and it comes with 2 new big minis, and it's very exciting.
Hello, so on Hobby Journeys this week we're going to be doing delivery 7 of Imperium magazine. So this magazine comes with issues 23 through to 27. As previously, we're quite a bit behind, so we actually probably got this about
50 years ago.
Yeah, well, probably about 3 or 4 months ago. But we are trying to catch up, so the aim is to get an issue out that's going to be doing the delivery, so 4 issues every 2 weeks. And at that rate, we might catch up before Christmas, but probably not.
No.
But maybe before Imperium magazine ends, we'll actually end with the last issue coinciding with us reviewing the actual delivery itself. So you never know, we might get caught up. We had exciting news this week because I posted up an ever so slightly clickbaity titled video of a 9-year-old explaining who the Emperor of Man is. Just thinking because we did quite a long video and not everyone wants to sit through 35 minutes of us talking about magazines. I mean, you know, who would, you know. If someone's watching at this point, probably you, but you know, here we are. But I thought I'd put some out just because I thought it'd be quite interesting, and it did just our normal number of views. So yeah, about 30 or 40, I think, up until for a couple of days, and that was fine. It's cool. We'll call that our view count normally, aren't we? But then for some reason, the YouTube algorithm went crazy. And next thing you know, I woke up and I had 33 comments on the video and about 2,000 views.
And about 1 hating comment.
Yeah, we did have 1 hating comment. They didn't like us. But, you know, we're alright with that. We got lots of likes, didn't we? Lots of nice comments. Lots of nice people out there saying nice things about channels. So. And
also, very strange, 38,000 people didn't click on our video. 38,000.
They didn't click on the... It's inconceivable, really, isn't it? They saw you about to talk about the Emperor.
2,000 out of 40,000.
It's not bad, really, to be honest.
It ain't bad for a small channel like this, is
It's okay. We did okay. So, Delivery 7 came with issues 23 through to 26, which came with some cool new minis. The magazines, obviously. We also got some artwork prints, which I had framed. These have been in the shots of the videos for quite a long time now, because I did this ages ago. I had them framed and put on the wall. So these prints came with Delivery 7. So we've got an AdMech one, a Chaos one, Necron, Space Marine.
17.
No, Delivery 7.
That was this delivery then?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They came with this delivery.
I didn't. They've been there for ages.
Yeah, I know, because we got this delivery ages ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we got this delivery months ago. I had the pictures framed, or when I say I had them framed, I bought the frames off Amazon and put them on the wall. So, yeah, they look quite cool, don't they?
Amazon.
Yeah, and we quite...
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. But we quite like those pictures. They're quite cool. I'm eyeing up at the moment the box artwork cover from 2nd edition Warhammer 40,000 to have that framed for my wall. But
if I had to pick my favourite, probably that one.
You like the Chaos one?
It would be that one. But
the Space Marines.
Yeah, but the only thing that ruined it is the red sky.
You don't like the red sky? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like the red sky.
I like that because it's Dark Anonymous.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wait, is that a Chaos Space Marine?
It is a Chaos Space Marine.
He don't look Chaos.
That is, well, the skulls and spikes sort of give him away as Chaos. I think he's Chaos, no, maybe he isn't. Oh, I don't know actually. No, I think it's oh, God knows. I think it might be Battle Sister actually. Yeah, I think it's Battle Sister.
Yeah, from the
Sisters of Battle.
From the trailer.
Yes.
There's a Battle Sister.
Yeah, she was a Sister of Battle.
There is only war.
That is right. Right, so issue 23. Issue 23, very exciting. Came with
Spider-Man.
Yeah, came with a Canoptek Spider.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So we got the Canoptek Spider. Whoops. Who we will be painting. Right, careful with him.
He falls off his base a lot.
He does fall off his base.
He loves falling off his base.
He does if you manhandle him. Yes. So we've got Canoptek Spider. It's our biggest model yet, I think. So we've got Ian signed as always.
Oh, I forgot about Ian.
Yeah, Ian has signed. Then a bit of a profile of the Spider. Explain he protects the tomb of the Necrons.
Tomb?
Yeah, they can fly. It's flying around repairing their Necron masters.
Is that why he's like that?
Yeah, he's got a big particle beam thing, I think. A gloom prism that we used in the battle, I believe, to
Spoilers!
resurrect. Well, we'll be coming to the battle. We'll get to that. We do get to that shortly. But yeah, so he's quite interesting. He's got some special rules around him. He also is he can't cast any psychic powers himself, but he can block other psychers from using their powers, which is quite interesting. I thought he's quite cool.
Well, that might be because of his thing, which lets him do it, because he shoots beams at them to stop him from using their psychic powers.
Yeah, whereas the gloom prism he uses to stop their psychic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The gloom prism.
No, apparently the Necron race lacks any form of psychic ability.
What?
That's the thing. Yeah, apparently that's the thing.
What can they do?
I don't know. Really, they just sort of mooch around a little bit. Just
Like, what did you say before that, though?
They don't have any psychic powers, but they can block psychic powers using the gloom prism.
Is there any units in the Necron who can use them? Or not at all?
No, not at all. The Necron race does not have psychic powers whatsoever. Well, that's what it says here.
That's probably because they're robots.
Yeah, well, they are a bit roboty, so there we are.
They are robots, they're complete metal.
Got the battle record you can fill in, so you can, as you play, you can fill in bits of information. We've got some information on the Canoptek constructs. So this is all the different Canoptek devices, which I think they're sort of like machines that serve the Necrons, so they sort of look after them. And
like the Doomstalkers.
Certainly in the battles they can heal them.
Don't we get a Doomstalker?
No, we get a Canoptek Reanimator. Canoptek Reanimator a bit later on.
They look very similar.
It's very similar, but doesn't have the massive gun on the top. It's a little bit smaller, but apart from that...
And also, the thing that everyone hates, Scarabs.
Everyone loves Scarabs. Scarabs are cute. Lovely.
They don't even have a face, Dad.
You don't have a face. So it also explains a little bit about the different Canoptek
types. There's a
types.
Canoptek Reanimator.
Yeah, so you got Canoptek Reanimator, you got the Wraiths. I'm painting the Wraith at the moment. Yeah. So Matthew, why don't you tell me about the history of the Necrons?
Short or full?
As full as you want.
Okay.
You go for what you can remember about the history of the Necrons.
So they were a Necron. They were a race which owned a lot of land, but what happened was these people, they were the...
Catan?
Yeah, they turned them into machines, and after that they had loads of kind of like the Russia of society.
Okay.
Because very big.
Very big, yeah.
Yeah, easy way to say it.
Yeah.
And but they went into hibernating for a long time, and when...
Do you remember how long it was for?
2 million years?
It was millions of years. I can't remember how many, about 2, something like that.
Yeah, about 2.
Fair enough.
And when they woke up, they realised that mankind and different races had taken all their land they owned, and they want it back.
Yeah. So they've come back to take back their empire. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, very good. So after it's explained about the different Canoptek types, so you got the Spiders, Wraiths, Reanimators, Plasmacytes. It goes on to a bit more about the Admech, because we're doing a lot of the Admech at the moment. So this is Disciples of the Machine Gods. So it's explained a little bit about how they worship the Machine God, as Matthew was just saying. So we've got some of the Skitari there in the picture. It's telling you about the cohorts and legios. So there's a bit about Tech Marines. So Tech Marines are Space Marines who are also members of the cult Mechanicus. So they are part of the religion that worships machines, the same as the Adeptus Mechanicus. But they're allied to the Space Marines. So if you see, they've got lots of technological stuff attached to them. So that's because they worship machines, but also the Emperor and all that sort of thing. I believe that the Admech, so the Admech is short for Adeptus Mechanicus, so they worship the Emperor as like a disciple of the Machine God.
A disciple?
So he's sort of like a messiah of the Machine God sort of thing.
Well, technically
a bit like Jesus, but Jesus for machines. He's like Machine Jesus.
Because Jesus wasn't actually God.
No, he's the son of God.
Yeah.
So the Emperor is like Machine Jesus to the Adeptus Mechanicus.
So, easy way to put it.
Probably
Well,
turns
pretty
water
much,
into oil.
The Emperor is technically a robot. Because he has a lot of robot parts, doesn't he?
Mate, yeah, well he does now. Yeah, now he's 10,000 years old and that sort of thing.
He's probably older than that. He's probably older than snakes because they're about 100 million years old.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we're on to the how to build guide. So we've got how to build the Canoptek
Daddy
Spider.
looks at about every day.
Yeah, well I built this Canoptek Spider actually about it was April because it's when we went to win the caravan.
Yeah,
and I sat up one night building him.
Your back hurts so much that you couldn't be bothered to do anything but set for build your miniatures.
That's true. Yeah.
You just accepted that.
So then we had for the how to paint guide for the Canoptek Spider. So we're going to be doing a bit of painting on him. A lot of rune lord black, brass and black by the looks
Do you want me to say rune on black?
Rune lord black, something like that.
Rune on black.
So we've got him. Then we've got a battle to do. Storm the battery.
Didn't we already do that?
Yeah, we played this one. So we played this. This was the one which had the Canoptek Spider in, up against the Librarian. So we had.
Oh, I wish it was Spider-Man versus Blue Assassin.
Yeah. So in this one, you were gutted because you love playing as the aggressors, and you love your favourite miniature of all, the Librarian in Phobos armour, the Blue Assassin.
But I went for Necrons because they had numbers advantage.
I think as well as that, you wanted to play with the Spider. So
Yeah,
the Spider was the new toy, and you wanted to play with him, so you played with him, and you won.
And I won.
You won.
So,
You did
on a
win.
3+.
Red.
That is 6 of them.
Red.
Okay.
Best colour.
So then I'm wounding, so I've got strength of 8.
Chunkers versus Chunkers. Chunky
So
Spider.
Spider. Where are you, Spider?
Spider.
There we go. So
Spider-Man.
Spider has toughness of 6, so I'm wounded on a 3+. So that's 5 of them.
I'm just calculating my next turn.
So that's 5.
Yeah, I can do that.
You're saving on a 3+, but I've got a -3, so you're saving on a 6.
I've got my plan.
You could be in trouble here, you know.
Why?
Right, so you're saving on a 6.
How many wounds have I got?
I do 2 damage, so I'll do 2 wounds for each one. You do have 6 wounds.
I saved
so
1. I saved 2. I saved 3.
3? That is mental.
What do you call that?
That is mental. On a
6
6+, 3 6s and 5 dice.
Oh my god.
That is
I still
mental.
have 2 wounds.
No, you've still got 4 wounds. You've got to do 2 damage, but he should be well dead there. Well dead. So
How many wounds do I have?
6. That is absolutely crazy.
So then we got the various tutorial guides. Then the what to look forward to guide. Spoilers.
Okay, I ask this every issue. Was the spider hard to make?
Really hard to make. Yeah, he was. See, he's all right to make most of them, but the little bits underneath, you have to make each of these little claw things. You have to make individually, and the legs. He was quite hard work.
Were they harder than the flayed ones?
No, not quite as fiddly, but it was a lot of work to put him together. He was quite hard work. So we have issue 24.
Tyranids.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an introduction to the Tyranids coming up. We got 2 new paints with this magazine. So we got Rakarth flesh and Nuln oil. Which the Rakarth flesh can be good, I guess, for painting faces, I suppose. But I think you use it for parchment quite often. That's the most common usage for it.
You mean parchment?
Parchment. So parchment is like sort of material they used to write on, like sort of like paper, but a bit sort of more like cloth almost.
Also,
Yeah.
Dad, why do every time we paint, like a sergeant of the Space Marines, we always make the head white?
Because eventually we're going to paint that head in sort of flesh colours. So it's going to be sort of painted in sort of skin colour, but we haven't got those paints yet, so we can't. So
Well, we've got Rakarth flesh.
yeah, I think that's more of a sort of zombie flesh sort of colour. It's
For the
Rakarth.
Tyranids.
You could use it for Tyranids. I think Rakarth is sort of alluding to some sort of vampire thing or something. So it's like basically meant to be the flesh of a sort of like very pale dead person almost sort of thing.
easy way to say it, chaos.
So yeah, chaos. You might use it for a chaos face.
Oh yeah, remember Fat Chungus, the guy with
Yeah.
the intestine guy.
The Great Unclean one.
Yeah.
He's green though.
Nathan.
The Great Unclean one is green. Typically.
Also, why
Not
is
the
he?
intestines though.
Yeah.
They're sort of red.
Yeah, but when we went to Warhammer World,
Yeah,
he
they're
was
all
white.
green. No, they're all green pretty much. All green.
But he was white at Warhammer World.
Well, maybe there was one that was white. I don't know. Anyway, let's crack on.
And
So
I love how at first when I saw it, I was like, ugh. Now I'm just like,
yeah, it's a bit yucky though, isn't it? It is a bit yucky.
It's yucky, but I love seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, before we start on that, you know who we're gonna say?
Ian has signed.
He's probably famous by now.
Yeah, I think he probably
He's
is.
probably more famous than Ali, eh?
Yeah.
Bam.
So we've got you can name your weapons and war gear. So it's got you can the normal standard.
John and John.
Yeah, so you can roll your dice for their weapon names.
John.
For the various different types of weapons.
Chunky Necron.
Yeah, so these guys were a bit of a spoil for next issue. We have the Necron Immortals that will be coming up, but this is about degradations and grudges. So this is about Necrons holding grudges by the sounds of it. So you could roll, for instance, and maybe get, if you got number 13, you get obsessed with destroying, you roll again, you could get the aggressors. So, but they bear grudges basically. So we've also got some more things to roll. So physical degradations, losses, stuff like that.
And the Tyranids.
Tyranids. So Tyranids are very exciting. So
Do we get any Tyranids?
we got a because we've got the premium edition of Imperium magazine. We got a special set of Tyranids. I can't remember which delivery they came with, but basically you get like a sort of set of Tyranids. So what the Tyranids are is they are aliens from outside of our galaxy who've arrived, and what they do is they have massive hive fleets, so big biomechanical ships. So all their spaceships are living beings, and they go through space and they'll attack a planet, and basically they will basically consume all of the living matter on that planet and make more Tyranids.
So they poop out Tyranids.
No, they have big biomass processors. So yes, we've got a bit of information about. It's all written in the style like the Imperium are writing about stuff they don't really know. So it's like giving a captured subject sort of thing, and that's the Hive Fleet. So that's the various ships that are part of the Tyranid fleet. Then we've got the how to paint guides. So we're using the Rakarth flesh. So like I said, we're painting the parchments. So that's the little bits of paper that come off the purity seals. So that seems to be what we're painting mainly on there. And then using Agrax Earthshade. So we're also painting the cloth on like the lieutenants. With it that he's dressed in. He's got like a cloth tabard, I think you call it. So then we're highlighting that with Agrax Earthshade. So we're doing that. Bit of Nuln oil on some of the metallics as well. A lot more Nuln oil. More Nuln oil. Some Mechanicus standard grey. That's on. Oh, we're going to be painting the cloak of the Librarian with Nuln oil.
So he isn't very blue anymore, is he?
No, it's not on the blue. So what we're doing is painting Nuln oil all over his cloak, and then painting the lighter bits in Mechanicus.
Was supposed to be blue.
No, his armour's blue, but his cloak's grey. So yes, we've got that shiny. So we've got the final gallery. This is what all the miniatures we're going to be painting are going to look like.
The lieutenant's going to look good.
Yeah, he's going to look cool, isn't he? We like
That's
that.
what he's going to look like at the end. That is way too detailed. Look at that.
Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. That way.
Look at that. That's so
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah, that's because it's a picture and not a miniature. But then we've got some new rules for battles. So we were learning about this when we played the battle. So we have victory points now. So this is where you need to claim victory points and you get points from. So if you remember in the battle that we're going to be coming to in a second, we had to hold the victory points in the centre of the map. But the idea was at the end of each turn, the player who has the most miniatures within 3 inches of it would get a victory point at the end of their turn. again Matthew won. So rather than playing the scenarios we had before, we have missions. So basically this allows us to set up the battles a bit more like a realistic a bit more like a realistic 40k battle. So the idea is that you sort of get your army together, position the armies, roll through your first turn, a lot more realistic than we've been doing with the battles we've been playing up to now.
It's sad how you had to put it 3 inches near the board, though.
Yeah, well, that's it. But it's alright, we enjoyed it, didn't we? We had a good battle.
Yeah, I used the arquebus.
Yeah, but then so the mission that comes with this pack is from the Scout Mission pack. It's called Cipher Recovery. So it explains the rules around Scout missions and how you play them, and then it tells us what the scenario is. So the final page here is telling us what the army lineups are. So 10 Necron Warriors, 3 Scarab Swarms and a Royal Warden up against a Librarian and 3 Aggressors. It was playing a long ways up the map, so it was probably our biggest battle we played in terms of we had quite a long distance between us, didn't we?
Once again, I played as the Ultramarines.
You played as the Librarian and the Aggressors because you missed out on those
Not
last time.
Not the Aggressors, the Chunkers.
The Chunkers, yeah. You played as the Librarian and the Chunkers, didn't you? And I think you won again, didn't you? You 4-2, I think it was.
At the end of my turn, though, I'm getting another victory point. So there we go. So, Matthew's turn.
So, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hold the phone, combat.
And you're charging in.
With them, and same with them.
Okay.
And I'm still on the marker, so it's like battle for the marker.
Yeah.
It's like Battle of Berlin, but battle for the marker. Because like Berlin was the main thing in World War II.
Yeah.
The battle for Berlin,
so
and it was like Germany was really outnumbered, but they still won.
Right. So piled in. So,
Me first.
Yeah, you first with your 2 aggressors first. Oh wait, no. First of all, psychic phase. So.
Oh yeah. So let's just back you up.
No, it doesn't need to. You move first. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just
So I
move.
mean, combat. Can I still do psychic?
Yeah, it's fine. 5+.
Don't get double 6. I'm really lucky with my 6s.
No, it's fine. So you've done. So you need to roll a dice for how many wounds you do against the Necron Warriors.
Please be a 6. I'll take a 4.
Yeah, so that's 2 wounds. That's 2 Necron Warriors off from the back.
And then now they're proper combat.
Yeah, so your aggressors are going to be doing. That is. So that's 6 attacks. So you're going to be hitting. Oops.
Whoops.
There you go.
That don't count.
Hitting on a 3+.
Woo!
So-
I'll take that.
Yeah, you're doing alright there. Okay, so you're going to be wounding on a 2+.
2+.
With your Flamestorm
This should
gauntlets.
be easy. That was big. Very big, because
That's
that
all of
went
them.
like this. And like
Did.
that.
Right, so that's all of them.
Then you could save.
I don't know if I can. Let me just check what my save is. No, I can't save. So how many was that?
4.
4.
So what damage?
Oh no, they're just dead.
All of them?
No, just 4 of them. So you've killed 4 of them.
So that's issue 24.
Now on to 25.
So this issue came with 5 Necron Immortals.
Chunkers.
So these are like, I think they're like veteran Necron Warriors almost. They're basically Necron Warriors, but a bit bigger, a bit more bulky. So
Easy way to say it, Chunkers times 2.
yeah, basically Chunkers times 2. I think the idea is that sometimes when units come up against them, they think they're going to be facing normal Necron Warriors, but no, they're Necron Immortals.
Is that why they're called Immortals? Because they're veterans.
They're elite Necron infantry. So again, Ian has signed. Don't you worry about that. Ian has signed. Panic
He's
over.
probably famous by now.
Yeah. So the Necron Immortals are elite Necron infantry, all armed with Gauze blasters or Tesla carbines. We made all of ours with Gauze blasters. These guys are ancient warriors.
So technically veterans.
Yeah, basically veterans. So just a bit bigger, a bit more bulky, a little bit better. Just better, really. Just better. Then we've got a bit of information about the Royal Court. So the Royal Court is sort of like the command section of the Necron armies. So you get an actual royal court set of models later on. We've literally today, I think, we received our. I received a couple of. I got a couple of copies of issue 50 with the royal court in both of them.
Don't you have your own Imperium magazine?
Yeah, so I order some magazines from for Forbidden Planet where I like the miniatures and want the miniatures. So yeah, so I got 2 issues of 50 because it comes with the royal court, and I wanted to build the royal court twice. I've already got 1 Canoptek Reanimator. I'm going to have 3 of them in a pack, hunting in packs, which will be exciting. I don't even know if that's legal in the game or good or but I'm sure it'll be fine.
If you don't want one of the Reanimators, I'll have
you get one. You get issue 50 as well.
I know, but you've ordered 2 of them.
Yeah, I know, but I want to have 3 painted. But anyways, we tell us about the Overlord. So we like the Overlord, don't we? He's cool. So they tell us about the Lords. So you have the Royal Warden in there. He's a member of the Royal Court. Okay. So you get the Leech Guard. So we get some Leech Guard later on. They're quite cool. It's like big Necrons. So they're pretty cool. So we get some.
Chantry.
Yeah, they're very, very big Necrons. But we get some of those a bit later on.
Issue 1,000,000.
So here we go. So it's showing us a few more. So we'll
Technomancers.
Yeah, so we've got the Technomancers,
Plasmancers, Cryptomancers, and Psychomancers.
I think we get all of these with this magazine, apart from the Psychomancer. So we get the Chronomancer.
Oh, is that the Psychomancer?
Yeah, he's a Psychomancer.
Oh, he's the one I like the most as well.
Well, could maybe buy him. You got one. You get him for out of your birthday money. You got some birthday
I'm not
money.
allowed.
You're not allowed.
I'm only allowed really cheap stuff.
Well, what you'll have to do is ask for him for Christmas, and we'll maybe get him for you. How about that?
I'm also asking for FIFA 23 if I don't have enough for it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that'll be fine. So we've got about rule of the Imperium. So this is talk about the High Lords of Terror. So the High Lords of Terror are the heads of all the different departments that rule the Imperium. So basically, these are the guys who run it. They're a bit like the Parliament. So this is a bit like Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson doesn't lead anymore.
He still does for a bit. So I think this is Boris up here. So you got Boris there. That's Rishi. He's Rishi. Liz Truss probably. Yeah, don't like Liz Truss.
Who's Liz Truss?
She's probably going to be the next Prime Minister. Probably.
Right.
I don't like Liz Truss. I don't like any of them, to be honest.
Girl?
So it's telling you a bit about. So you got the Senatorium Imperialis, which is the sort of Parliament of the Imperium.
Oh, I know who that is.
Who's that?
Jazz it. No, I'm joking. It's probably Joe Biden.
I think it's meant to represent the Emperor, I would imagine, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough about.
I think that's the
Emperor's
son.
It might just be a statue of the Emperor representing him.
No, I think that's the Emperor's son.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
I think it might be a statue of the Emperor.
So a bit more about governing the Imperium. Then we've got about Ultramarines, the Empire of Ultramar. So the Ultramarines are the chapter of Space Marines we're painting. So the guys in blue, they rule their own little empire. So it's a number of star systems. They're based on the planet of Macragge, but they rule several different systems as an empire. So telling you a bit about the Empire of Ultramar.
Easier way to say it, Russian Empire.
Yeah. So their main capital is the Fortress of Hera, which is their fortress city. So a bit about Glorious Macragge and so on.
What do you think happened to Horus?
What do I think happened to Horus? The Emperor tore him apart and destroyed even his soul.
Emperor?
Yeah.
But the Emperor got killed by Horus.
No, the Emperor was mortally wounded by Horus, but the Emperor managed to kill Horus before the end, so saving the Empire. It was all very exciting. I'm listening to the Horus Heresy books at the moment on audiobooks.
Is
very
there
good.
a movie about Horus and...
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately.
When I get older, I'm making a movie about Warhammer and it's going to be about the Civil War.
You think? Very good. So we've got the how to build guide for the Necron Immortals. These were actually quite nice to build. I quite liked these. They were alright. Then we've got the paint guide. So as usual for the Necrons, Rune Lord brass, bit of black,
white,
bit of lead belcher, bit of whites. All the metallics really. This is what they'll look like eventually. So what we'll be doing at some point is the white bit on the gun is going to be painted green and it's going to look quite cool and glowing, like in the pictures. Up here, for instance. So you can see all the green. So it's all good.
Is that Is that a reanimator up there?
I think that's a Doomstalker.
Yeah.
That's the one with the big gun on it. There we are. So then we've got some new data sheets. So we've got data sheets for the Royal Warden and Immortals. I'll tell you what, when we were doing the battles, I was looking all over for the one for the Royal Warden. I could not find it anywhere. I didn't realise it was in this issue. But here we are. Then we've got a bit of a tutorial about the rules. I think these are the rules for the Royal Warden largely, because he has some special rules. He has quite a good one that we used, which was adaptive strategy. So with this rule, you can withdraw from combat with any unit within 6 inches, I think. So they can fall back and then shoot within the same turn.
You did that, and I still battered you because I just went back in combat.
And then we've got another mission, which this time's with the Royal Warden up against some Ultramarines. So we've got the Primaris Lieutenant and some Intercessors up against the Royal Warden and the Immortals. Battle called Secure the Perimeter. So there we go. So that's issue 20.
And last issue for the day.
And the last one's come with this delivery. So, issue 26. So this came with 1 miniature. And this one is very cool. Actually, I might say this is my favourite miniature now. The Tech Priest Dominus. So he's very detailed, isn't he? He's got a lot of guns. So he's got 2 gun arms on one side. Big force axe thing.
When we were first doing this, we're doing the first magazine review. Took us about 50 years because I couldn't pronounce Dominus.
You couldn't, yeah.
I still can't pronounce it.
Yeah, you were doing the intro, weren't you?
Yeah,
And
I was like,
took forever.
Tech Priest Dominus. I kept saying Dominus instead of Dominus.
Dominus. So
Dominion.
yeah. Anyway,
Dominion of Canada.
so this is an excellent model. I really like this guy. So we've got this chap. So it's him, Ian. They are. Then we got the Tech Priest Dominus. A bit of information about him. So he's got a like servo skulls. He does have a. Hang on. Oh no!
What?
I've broken off the servo skull.
What's the servo skull?
You see this thing off here?
Yeah.
Nowhere to be seen. Oh dear. Oh dear.
No! Oh,
I'll find it. It'll be right. It'll be kicking around. It'll probably be in the box. So he's got a servo skull, except if it was broken off, in which case he doesn't. He's got a Volkite blaster and a Phosphor Serpina. Oh, so that was that thing.
Serpina.
Yeah.
Serpide.
So, and then he's got an Omniscion axe. So yeah,
Axie.
but he has a lot of special rules as well, as we will find out. So we've got a bit more lore about Keepers of Divine Loss. This is talk about Tech Priests. So tell us all about the Tech Priests.
That is not a Tech Priest. He ain't fat enough.
Oh, he's not a top Tech Priest Dominus. He is just a Tech Priest, I think. But basically, they're like the leaders of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're a religious order worshipping machines. So the priests are the rulers of them, basically. So yeah. So there's a bit about them, the different types of Tech Priest, I think.
Yeah,
so we've got the how to build guide. So how to build. So we've got Dominus, he was okay actually. I didn't mind him. He was all right. He looked fiddly, but he wasn't that fiddly. Obviously, apart from the servo skull getting broken off. But if it wasn't for that, he would have been all right. Then we've got how to paint guide. So we'll be painting him a little bit later on. So corn red for the cloak by the looks of it. I've already sprayed all of these because the base of these is going to be basic metallics. So I've painted them all with lead belcher, airbrushed them with my airbrush.
You didn't paint his base.
No, not the base, but the miniature itself. Yeah. Then I've Nuln oiled all over the Dominus and the Cryptek Spider. Just because it'll make it a bit easier, because then what I'll do is just paint the other colours on top. So with this guy, all we need to do is paint the red cloak. So we'll be painting a bit of Runelord brass on some of the detail on the metal, a bit more Rakarth flesh for the skull, for instance. That's quite important. Bit of Agrax, like a bit of Agrax, very useful. Bit of black, bit of blue, bit of white. Guy's got a lot of colours going on him. So we'll be getting him painted. This is what it's going to end up looking like. We're going to be doing a little bit more on the Scutari, I think, as well. So a few more colours on them. It's cool, isn't it? So there we are.
Now the Tech Priest Dominus data sheet.
Yeah, so we've got data sheet, gives us a few of the rules. So he's got a number of different special rules. So he's got Master of Machines, so he can repair any vehicle within 3 inches at the end of his turn. No vehicles at the moment, so we can't really do much with that. But
except.
Yeah, so he's got special rule for Master of Machines. He's also got Lord of the Machine Cult, which means that when he's any unit within 6 inches of him, if they miss a shot, so when they're rolling to hit, if they roll a 1, they get to re-roll it. So, yeah.
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl has very similar rules. It's got the re-rolls, hasn't it? Yeah, so
Blood
we've got that.
Bowl is just Warhammer, but football.
Yeah, there's a bit of tutorial on the back page of that, just around the different rules for him. Then we've got an update on the core rules is coming. So this is going to be the core rules that we're going to be using going forward. And it's got the first page giving us the basic rules. Then another mission. So we had Cleanse Sector Epta. We quite enjoyed this one as well, didn't we? Matthew was desperate to get his arquebus into shooting range to kill my Royal Warden.
So much that I put him on a crate.
He did. He insisted, rather than shooting, he was going to walk halfway across the battlefield and get him on top of a crate so he could shoot at my Royal Warden, and still won, Phil. So
arquebus, Royal Warden, fight.
Right, okay, so you got 1 dice, hitting on 3+, sorry. There you go, you've hit. So you're going to be damaging on a 3+. Yeah. I can save on a 5 or a 6. Oh, he's failed.
Yay.
So you're doing D3 wounds. So, you have to roll now to see how many wounds you do. Oh, 3 wounds. So that's leaving me with 1 wound left.
But yeah, so it was quite a good battle, wasn't it? It was the first time we'd played with the Adeptus Mechanicus, so we had the Scutari and the Tech Priest Dominus up against 1 Royal Warden and 5 Necron Warriors. So that's issue 26, so that is Delivery 7. So Matthew, what was your favourite bit of Delivery 7 then? So you like the...
I like the Necron
So
one.
not the big spider and not the Tech Priest Dominus?
Only because they're chunky.
They're quite chunky, but yeah, okay, fair enough. It's your choice.
These are called chonkers. They're chunkers.
The aggressors.
Yeah, so chonkers.
Chonkers and chunkers.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Different. Okay.
Yeah, very
Don't
different.
question.
Very different. That's good. Well, I think my favourite bit was definitely the Tech Priest Dominus. We had a nice day playing the battles, didn't we? Because we played 3 battles. We didn't play the battle from issue 25. We didn't have that. It takes about an hour to do each one, so we've been playing for 3 hours, which was probably enough for us.
I wanted to play longer though.
Yeah, no, we enjoyed it, didn't we? And we had a right good time playing the battles.
I asked you if we could do more.
You did want to play more, didn't you? I think I was a bit tired by that stage because I had
But
to
Mummy
set
would have
up.
gotten mad, wouldn't
Yeah,
she?
well, Mummy had to sit upstairs, so we had Mummy sat upstairs watching TV, so we could
I
play
can
in the
still
front
hear
room.
it. It probably still can't.
Yeah, so because we had to
Because
play
she
upstairs.
plays it on 41 volume out of 60.
I know, she does play it quite hard. I think she had a sleep, to be fair. But yeah,
she mostly slept.
but we had quite a nice day playing the battles, didn't we? So that was good. That was probably a highlight. Playing the battles together, wasn't it? That was good.
That's my favourite new part. I used to be doing the intros, but now it's the battles.
Yeah, so that's cool. So we did
Now that
that was
we've
it.
got so many miniatures, it's
Yeah.
just funner.
Anyway, so
What do we say to the viewers?
I don't know. What did we say to the viewers?
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.